Hey, what's going on? My name's Christian Payton. I'm with Let's Bounce Inflatables. If you already subscribed to the channel, welcome back. You know, you part of the Bounce House Mafia. You already know what we do over here. If this is your first time to the video, please hit that like button, subscribe, as well as hit that bell. That way that you get more notified for more content like this, because trust and believe me, it is on the way. We're gonna get right into the video with that being said. So right after the intro, let's get it. There's some things that we've already talked about in the previous videos, right? First thing we talked about was how to start your bounce house business. Second thing we talked about was how to market your business, right? Third thing that we talked about is the supplies and tools that you'll need in order to do this business. This video right here is going to be about setting the price for your units. So you've got all of those things in order, but you like, Christian, that's cool. I got that. You gave me that information. We're cool with it. But what do I need to charge in order to be profitable, to have a fair price, to be able to compete in my market? What do I do to not lose money? So that's what today's video is going to be about. Because once you got that, you know, you're really ready and set to go. You know, it's not even throwing you to the wolves, so to speak. You're prepared now, right? So what I like to think about setting the prices is, I've done a little real estate investing in my life, right? And in that, you run comps on properties. You want similar properties, right? And you want your comps to come from as close to the property that you have as possible. So if you have like a 2-bedroom, a 3-bath, or a 2-bedroom, 2-bath with a garage, a certain amount of square footage, whatever the case may be, and it's this close to the property, say it's like in the same neighborhood opposed to being a mile down the road, you want to go with the ones that are closer to where you're at, because they're going to be more comparable in price. So same thing with the bounce houses, right? Now, the city, the area that you're in, that's your neighborhood, right? What we had problems with at first was like, what prices do we set? So there were companies in the area that we're in, and COVID took them out. And so you can't find what their prices are anymore. So we had no idea. It was like trial and error. This is why I say go with the comps first if you can find people in your area, right? What you're gonna wanna do is search these companies, right? And Google really tells you, you know, how close these places are relative to you. You can figure that out. If they got a website, even if you gotta contact them as a customer and say you wanna find out how much they charge for their regular bounce house, or their wet and dry combos, or their slides, or their interactives, you know, or their obstacle courses, stuff like that. Go ask those questions, that way that you can get the pricing on them. Or if you can just go to their website, go do your little recon, nothing wrong with it. And you're gonna wanna have more than one business that you do this off of. You want several. Now, you wanna start as close as possible to the area that you're in and work your way out. For instance, like there are travel zones, right? Me personally, I'm not going anywhere that's like 2 hours out of the way to drop the bounce house off, come back, have to go back out and pick it up, right? So any businesses that are like that far out, you don't want to even compare those to them, because there's not even really kind of in the same market that you operate in, right? Now, we will travel an hour out in like any direction, north, south, east, or west, right? So pretty much set your parameter of where you want to do your business at, and either reach out to those companies, go to their websites, find out the pricing for them, right? And do them for, like most companies, we have more than one slide. We have more than one combo. We have more than one regular bounce house, right? So you might want to, and there's some of them different sizes. Like we got a 14-foot slide and we got a 16-foot slide. So you don't just want to say, okay, here's the price for one slide, and I'm gonna go to this other company and do that. Look at your inventory if you already have inventory and say, okay, this is comparable again, like the 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom with the garage, that's a certain amount of square footage. You wanna do that same thing, you wanna see what the prices are. Take them from that company, another company, get the average, look at what you paid for your bounce house, right? And kind of set you a fair price. Now, as far as like travel fees and things of that sort, I'll talk about that in another video, because that is something that you're going to want to set up. If it's like a certain miles, or it takes you like an hour or hour and 15 minutes to get there, it's very important to add those travel fees, but that's not included in your regular price, right? And keep in mind when you're setting your price for these, right? Because these are what you're going to be charging for you to come out to that house. It's going to be for you to set up, for you to take down, for you to clean, you to store, and all of that stuff. All of that stuff comes in effect to the price, because you have to pay for cleaning supplies. You have to pay for gas to get to where you're going and get from there. If you have employees that you're paying to set up the units, or if you are doing them yourself, or if you have a partner that you're doing them with and you're going out and you're setting them up, that time and that it takes to do that, all of that comes into effect. But the easiest way to go ahead and kind of figure out what is good is, like I said, to just go to these other companies and set the price on it, right? Like find out an average, comparable, and find out what's a good price for your market, because you can lose out on deals if you set them too high, or if you set them too low. You may get them, but you're going to be missing out on money. And I mean, yeah, it's a business. You want to bring fun to people, your community and stuff like that. Yes, that's of course, because you have to feel a need for the area and stuff like that. But, it's just business at the end of the day as well. So if you're not in it being profitable, you can't bring that enjoyment to people's lives, to their birthday parties, to their corporate events, to their church events, so forth and so on, right? So please, please, please make sure that you do that. Also, when you do it, have tax included. My first year, you can ask Katie, we set our prices like, okay, for this regular bounce house, 160, for this 230, for this 280, right? What we learned is when people see prices like that, they believe that it is negotiable. So, okay, well, what if I only got 140? Can't do it. You know what I'm saying? So people think it's negotiable when your prices are set standard like that. But when you have your price for your units, and then the taxes and fees like that get included. Now, if it was like $170.83, because of taxes or whatever the case may be, just a random number, nobody's gonna come in and try to negotiate with you. But when they see 160, 240, and the price doesn't change at the checkout screen, that's gonna be a big problem. Plus, you need that extra tax with your business. Just point blank period. It's something we didn't implement at the beginning of our business. I don't want you to miss out on that and not implement it in yours. So please make sure you do that. But setting the price is fairly easy. Like I said, unless you don't have anybody in your area that's in your parameter. Now, what you may want to do, if it's outside of your area, say for instance, like I said, we don't really go 2 hours and beyond 2 hours out doing parties and events and such. If there's an area that is outside of yours and it's in that 2 hour, 3 hour mark, see what they're doing for price wise. It could give you something to help base it off of with the other things that I talked about as far as how much it costs for the unit. You cleaning the unit, the supplies you need, stuff like that. Base it off of that. And I mean, it's business, just like the marketing. There's new things that you're going to have to learn. There's trial and error. It's no different with this. You'll see what works. You'll see what's not it. Trust me, you'll be able to spot out the differences that you need to do pretty quick in your business to do it. Yeah, like I said, it's a pretty simple video. It's not nothing to be like, hey, it's none of this whole business is rocket science whatsoever. But yes, if you do have to go out within it, go out within that area. Also, like I talked about, as far as in those bounce house groups, if you can't find anybody, explain to someone, what bounce house you got, what your market is like, what should you do. Reach out to those people in those bounce house groups. Trust me, there's somebody there that's going to be able to help you, at least get you in the right direction, the way you can make the decision you need to for your business. So setting the price for your units, I mean, that's it. It's pretty cut, dry, it's simple. It's nothing too hard. There's nothing I don't have to give you any more homework on that I've already told you to do. So, like I said, hope you like this video. If there's anything that you do as far as setting price for your business that you want to share with myself, or you want to share with anybody else that's subscribed to the channel, please put it in the comments below. You know what I'm saying? And remember, if you're tuning back in and you haven't subscribed, or this your first time, subscribe, hit that like button, ring that bell so you can get more video content like this. Catch you on the next one.